Hi everyone, my name is Wade. Today I will tell you a story about my love story. Layla and I were like water meeting fire. She kept saying she liked me, but I didn't like her. On the way home, she still insisted on chasing me. She said, "Even though you don't like me, I still chase you until the end." I let out a long sigh, feeling extremely tired. But when I glanced over at Layla, a stunning beauty appeared. She is really beautiful. I also saw that I was wrong to reject her. Suddenly, a truck sped up at lightning speed. Layla was also very quick to push me out of the danger zone. A pretty sensitive scene, isn't it? She was lying on top of me in a position that any man would want. She blushed and jumped out and said,
"Wade, you..."
I saw that her knee was badly scratched. It seemed that her leg was sprained. I immediately got up and went to her to examine the wound, but unfortunately my hand was now on her thigh. She said,
"Hey, you like to touch it, don't you?"
After listening to this sentence, I felt extremely shy, stammering and speechless. I only replied with one question, "Didn't I mean to?" After saying that, I carried her back home. Looking at such a small person, it was so heavy. From here I have a different view from Layla. Arriving at her room, a beautiful, bright room caught my eye. It's overwhelming, it's a celebrity's room. It's really neat. I carried her to the bed and bandaged her wound. Layla said that she was quite surprised at how skillfully my dressing was. She asked,
"Wade, where did you learn wound dressing? Can you teach me?"
I answered without missing any details. I was born in a family of traditional medicine, so I am very familiar with things like this. After the bandage was over, I raised my head. A soft curve appeared before my eyes. I was so surprised that my nose was bleeding. Layla, she felt the heat in her body, wanted to take off her clothes to cool her body. She saw my nosebleed, and immediately showed interest. She was so bold that she tried to take off her skirt in front of me, but I rushed over to stop her. She hugged me and said, "I love you." My limbs started to soften. Layla pressed me to the floor. She sat on my lap. "What is this feeling? Really like it." She held my face, giving me a friendly smile. My face was red and I was speechless. Ever since Layla was a child, her strict parents made Layla study all kinds of things. They always told her that in order to secure her future, she must marry someone with a good name, taste, and to do so she must strive to be an attractive woman. It's true that Layla is pretty perfect. The only problem is that she misunderstands a lot of guys, but none of them get Layla's attention. She's just nice to everyone because she is. She recounted a detail that surprised me quite a bit. At the time, about 15 years old, in the park, she was angry because her parents scolded her and ran away from home. At that time, she met a tall guy who approached her and confided. It turned out that the guy was Wade. It was me. After all, Layla was also traumatized mentally. Pressure from her family made her feel scared. Her big, beautiful eyes filled with tears as she looked at me. I also looked at her and wanted to protect this girl. Layla and I were still smiling and talking in that sensitive position. Suddenly Layla pulled my face close to hers and gave me a passionate kiss. I didn't know what to say, so I told Layla that I wanted to go to the bathroom for a bit. Layla was quite surprised by that action. I also understand what Layla's intentions are right now. Then I decided to be happy with Layla for the rest of the night and for the rest of my life.